Hello, friends.
Здравствуйте, друзья.
What is artificial
Что
intelligence?
такое
It's
искусственный
already
интеллект?
making diagnoses
Он уже
instead of
ставит
doctors,
диагнозы
giving
вместо врачей,
consultations instead of
консультирует вместо
lawyers, and
юристов,
displacing
вытесняет
marketers and
маркетологов и
designers.
дизайнеров.
It's said that it could leave
Говорят, он
hundreds
может
of millions
оставить
of
без
people
работы
jobless in
сотни
just a couple
миллионов
of years.
людей
But
уже
what
через
exactly
пару
is
лет.
it?
Но что же он такое?
To understand,
Чтобы понять,
let's discuss
поговорим об
intelligence in
интеллекте
general
вообще
and the
и об
differences
отличиях
between human
человеческого
and
и
artificial
искусственного интеллекта.
intelligence.
Иногда мне
Sometimes
кажется,
I
что не
think
все
not
люди
everyone
наделены
is
интеллектом.
endowed with
Помните
intelligence.
хотя бы некоторых своих
Think of
соседей
some of
и
your
знакомых
neighbors and
или
acquaintances,
себя в
or
некоторых
yourself in
ситуациях,
certain
о
situations
которых
that you'd
вы
rather not
не любите
remember.
вспоминать.
We
Мы
recognize some
допускаем
intelligence in
некоторый интеллект
cats,
у котов,
dogs,
собак,
horses,
лошадей,
and even
а
more
тем
so in
более
our
наших
closest
ближайших
relatives, the
родственников
monkeys.
обезьян.
But we
Но мы
rarely
редко
think about what it
задумываемся о
actually
том,
is.
что это такое.
Let's delve into
Давайте
it.
разбираться.
Intelligence
Интеллект
is,
— это как
in a
бы
way,
умение
the
уметь.
ability to be
Кажется,
capable.
что ничего
It
нового,
seems
но
obvious,
давайте
but let's
раскроем
explore
это
this
понятие
concept
подробнее.
more deeply.
Вообще,
Generally,
интеллект
intelligence
— это
is the ability to
способность
process
обрабатывать
information,
информацию,
draw
делать
conclusions,
выводы и
and
решать
solve
задачи.
problems.
Это наша
It's
с
our
вами
built-in
встроенная
computer system that
компьютерная
operates
система, которая
nonstop.
работает без
Although
выходных.
sometimes our intelligence takes a
Хотя
break,
иногда наш интеллект
and then we
берет
say we
паузу, и
thought
тогда
with a
мы
part of the
говорим,
body
что
other than our
думали не
head.
головой, а другой частью тела. Давайте
Let's
по
use an
аналогии.
analogy.
Представьте,
Imagine
что
our
ваш
brain
мозг
as a
— это как бы
supercomputer
суперкомпьютер,
that can
который
perform a
может
multitude of
выполнять
tasks
кучу задач
simultaneously,
одновременно.
like
Как,
talking with
например,
friends, listening to music,
разговаривать с друзьями,
and at the
слушать
same
музыку
time
и в то
dreaming
же
about
время
traveling to
мечтать о
Mars.
путешествии
This
в
marathon
Марс.
is possible thanks to
Весь этот
billions of brain
марафон
cells,
происходит
neurons,
благодаря
which communicate with
миллиардам
each other
клеток
using
мозга,
electrical signals and even
нейронам,
establish stable or
которые
temporary
общаются между
connections.
собой
This
с помощью
forms a neural
электрических
network,
сигналов
a
и
neural
даже
net. Remember this
устанавливают
term.
устойчивые или временные связи. Так формируется нейронная сеть, нейросеть. Запомним это понятие.
The processes in our brain enable us to learn, imagine, adapt, and solve complex problems. Notably, it's our imagination and the ability to solve previously unsolved problems that differentiate us from machines with artificial intelligence. Let's assume we have enough intelligence to understand what intelligence is in general and human intelligence in particular. But today, we're bombarded with talk about artificial intelligence. So what is it? Simply executing instructions like calculating payroll for a subsidiary company is not considered an intellectual act. The result is straightforward, and whether it's satisfactory is a programmer's problem. For intelligence, analyzing and processing information leads to decision-making. So, in the simplest case, artificial intelligence is something non-living, capable of perceiving information, analyzing it, and making decisions. That is, doing what intelligent people do. Artificial intelligence has long been working in expert systems, computer games, identification systems, robotic complexes in manufacturing and medicine. Why go far? Search engines on the internet are managed by artificial intelligence, and we interact with it every day by sending requests or saying, "Okay, Google." In other words, artificial intelligence has been around us and with us for a quarter of a century. So why are we only concerned now? Where does all this hype and frenzy, as it's now called, come from? Why are we being sold artificial intelligence, scared by it, blackmailed with its development and spread? What are we talking about today when we talk about artificial intelligence? The conversation is about artificial intelligence intervening in our lives in a different way. Firstly, artificial intelligence has learned to do some things much better than most people. It has learned to learn and adapt based on large volumes of data. These data can be provided in advance or obtained in real time, and artificial intelligence can use them to improve its performance and adapt to new conditions. It has learned to analyze and understand data. Artificial intelligence can analyze huge volumes of data and identify patterns, trends, and so-called patterns. This allows artificial intelligence to make predictions, optimize processes, and assist in making important decisions. Artificial intelligence has learned to understand natural language, enabling the creation of automatic translation systems, chatbots, text analyzers, and many other applications related to communication in natural languages. It has learned to autonomously self-learn. Some artificial intelligence systems can improve their performance over time without human intervention. They can adapt to changing environments and conditions, finding optimal solutions. You might say it has learned, it has grown. What's in it for us? Let it continue to grow in universities and corporate laboratories. However, another thing happened that changes everything. The power of our serial computers has surpassed the power of supercomputers of the past. The cost of computing resources, as techies say, has decreased by orders of magnitude. Likewise, the cost of storing information has dropped, and now a flash drive with several gigabytes costs less than a 20-megabyte disk used to. Similarly, the cost of data access has decreased, and we no longer rely on modems, but watch kitten videos at speeds of 100 megabytes and more. That is, the new advanced artificial intelligence has become cheap and has come to our office doors and homes, to work and into everyday life. Progress happens when the work of a machine starts to cost less than the work of an educated but unimaginative person. That's the situation.
Стоит меньше, чем труд образованного, но лишенного фантазии человека. Такие дела.
So what now? Machines are more powerful, more educated, faster than us, and they are tireless. Can we compete with them? In the end, how is our intelligence better than artificial intelligence? How is it different? Let's start with the fact that we don't know how our brain works. We talk a lot about neurons and connections between them, about the functions of different parts of the brain, but we don't precisely know how we learn, form reactions, make paradoxical decisions. No one knows how Lobachevsky came up with the idea to turn 1,000-year-old science upside down and pave the way for a new level of knowledge. We create artificial intelligence by modeling thought processes as we understand them, and we understand them poorly. Perhaps in this lack of knowledge lies our main hope. We have already made smart machines so complex that we don't always understand how they work, but we are still confident that our intelligence has qualities that machines do not. We are aware of ourselves, our actions, the surrounding world, and the influence of our actions on it. We have emotions, and they influence decision-making. I dare say humanity would have ceased to exist if not for this influence. Moreover, emotions partly form our experience, used in information processing. Our intelligence has a creative component. It fosters innovation and novel ideas, suggests solutions not derived from previous experience, and sometimes even contradicts it. We possess the ability for social interaction, empathy, and understanding of other people's emotional states. The joint activity of people is a unique mechanism, impossible without them. Creative thinking and abstract analytics allow us to analyze complex abstract concepts, see connections between different areas of knowledge, and develop creative solutions for various tasks. Human intelligence can contemplate ethical and moral questions, possesses a sense of responsibility for its actions and their consequences. The concept of responsibility is something that machines definitely do not have. The human brain has an amazing ability to adapt to new situations and learn throughout life. A person can quickly assimilate new knowledge and skills, as well as adapt to a changing environment. Listening to myself, I realize that our advantages sound somewhat unconvincing. However, to be honest, we have never before faced such a competitor, challenging precisely our main advantage, intelligence. The only advantage that allowed us to subjugate the animal world and often nature itself. Our adaptability inspires optimism. We want to believe that in the face of such challenges, our intelligence will adapt and prove itself. Yet one thought gnaws at me. Consider this. How many of us truly possess creative abilities, empathy, creativity, ethics, and spirituality? And yet, these are the preliminary conditions for victory in competition with robots. We will talk about this another time.